Alabama linebacker Henry To'oTo'o up with us next on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. It's the next round presented by Bud Light, who reminds you decide to ride. Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light say have a plan in place before you ever take that first drink. That's how you decide to ride with Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light. Henry To'oTo'o with us now. Henry, what is up, man? How are you today?
What's up, guys? You guys good?
Doing great. You all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
I know you're good, but I do know it's also been a tough week coming off a loss there in Baton Rouge. And a lot of fans, at least, have been asking a lot of questions. How has this team responded in this week leading up to the Ole Miss game, trying to fix what went wrong but still prepare for the Rebs?
I think, we handled it pretty well. And I also think that just comes with, how well you handle adversity and how much of a competitor are you, and how willing are you to be able to do the work it takes to be able to, be the team that you want to be and achieve the goals that you want. So I think the guys understand that. I think the guys had great energy this week. That's definitely not how we wanted to get out of Death Valley, but if you take a loss as a loss, then it's a loss. But if you take it as a lesson, then it'll help you throughout your road and your life as a competitor.
Henry, there is something different about this team on the road. I mean, we brought up the number earlier in the show that y'all's last 8 road games, 5 of those games you've trailed in the fourth quarter. And it seems like, you go back to, 2008 to 2020, the games were already over in the fourth quarter. Do you sense something different about this team on the road?
I don't know. I can give you the answer. I ain't gonna lie, but we prepare. We prepare really hard for road games. We Coach Saban has his way of practicing for road games and how we prepare for road games. The same way he's been doing it for the past some odd years when he was here. So that he's been here. So I think it just comes with the guys on the team and how we approach a road game and how we prepare for it and how we look at it as a road game, as an opportunity to be able to clear the stadium, to get the opposing fans out of there and shut them out. So, I really can't give you an answer on that one.
Henry To'oTo'o on with the next round here. You're used to playing for championships. Everybody in that locker room, that's what you're used to playing for. And that seems to be a very, 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 very fringe thing, long shot now. Talk to me about motivation this weekend. What is the message from the coaches and from the leaders on this team on the motivation to go to Ole Miss and continue to win games?
I said something yesterday to our team. We have a players meeting every Thursday, and it's kind of just respect. Getting your respect back, playing to a standard of Alabama and being able to uphold that name. And, we all came here to Alabama to play for championships, like you said, but being able to uphold that A on your chest and the last name on your back, everything that you do, for 6 seconds at a time, for one play at a time, upholding that standard, getting that respect back, having people, realize that this is still Alabama. Like, Alabama isn't going nowhere. This is still Alabama, and we're the standard. And Alabama is what people want to be, and making people realize that when we step on the field on Saturday.
Alabama's Henry To'oTo'o on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. It is the next round presented by Bud Light, who reminds you decide to ride before you ever take that first drink. Have a plan in place. Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light remind you decide to ride. Alabama Ole Miss 2:30 CBS. I got to imagine as a player you're sick and tired of having to fight through opposing fans to get to the locker room. I mean, that's got to be motivation enough, right? Is just to be able to leave the field without having to fight through a sea of fans. You get rushed every time you lose a game on the road. You know that.
Oh yeah, I mean, no other team gets rushed on the field except us. When we get beat, teams get happy they beat us because obviously we're the standard. So, definitely got to go into Ole Miss this weekend and play our ball for 60 minutes or no matter how much longer it takes to come out with a win. But definitely go out there and play, for 6 seconds at a time, do your job, execute, and play physical.
Hey, back to last week, LSU's first possession. I thought you had a clean lick on Jaden Daniels. They threw the flag for roughing the passer. When you guys went back and looked at that film, was it roughing the passer?
I mean, they didn't deduct me for that. I didn't, usually we have a production chart and they write down every single penalty you have, every single tackle, stuff like that. and I didn't see it as it. When I hit him, because I was already taking a step to hit him. So, I mean, it is what it is. He felt it, though.
Yeah, I know that was a clean
yeah.
hit. Is he one of the slipperiest quarterbacks you've ever played against, though? There's just something about him. He's just, I don't know, the way he moves around, people just don't get clean hits on that guy.
Yeah, it's hard to get a hit on. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard, especially when he gets out the pocket and he starts moving around and he starts using his leg. It's hard to hit him outside the pocket. So being able to get a lick on him when he's just standing still, you got to take advantage of those moments, especially on a guy like that.
Obviously, a lot of NFL talent in your locker room. I want to ask you, was there in your mind or any of your friends, leaders' minds who are going to be NFL draftees to maybe start shutting this thing down at all? Any discussion or anything in your mind about, hey, maybe I got to start thinking about my future?
Be where your feet are. That's our biggest saying, and you know, we live and die by that. Be where your feet are. You know, we're really, none of the guys that are draft eligible are worried about it. I mean, if they are, then you know they're doing a great job of keeping it on the low. But you know, we have a saying of being where your feet are. Every single moment, every single time that you're at practice or you're at a game, you know, be where your feet are. So I think everybody's been doing a great job, and I haven't seen nobody really worried about it. But you know, you come in to play for Alabama, and when your time's done at Alabama, then you can focus on that.
Henry To'oTo'o with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. It's the next round presented by Bud Light, who reminds you to decide to ride. Is Lane Kiffin and his offense, the Ole Miss offense, is it the most difficult you prepare for each year because of some of the wild things he does? Is it top five? I mean, how difficult is this offense to prepare for?
Oh, he's definitely top five. You know, they probably move, I wouldn't say as fast as Tennessee, but they move quick. They move really, really fast, and they move efficient. So that makes the offense hard to stop, and especially with the things that he does and he draws up for his offense and trying to get guys the ball, trying to get guys open. It's crazy. It's almost like Coach Sark. Sark is somebody you want to be able to prepare for and prepare for the worst, because you expect him to come out with some crazy stuff. So, you know, it's out of him and Sark. I ain't gonna lie. Those are my two hardest guys to prepare for.
You know, you guys only give up 104 rushing yards per game. On the other side, they're third nationally, almost 268 yards per game on the ground. Do you enjoy a team that you know is going to run the football, playing against a team like that?
Man, that's what you live for as a linebacker. I ain't gonna lie. That's what you gotta, you know, that's what you signed up for. You didn't sign up to go out and, you know, drop out in zones and stuff like that. But definitely live for those kind of moments that you want to be able to pat your stats, you know, get some TFLs, get some tackles, and being able to go one-on-one with a running back. So definitely excited about it. So, you know, you just got to embrace the opportunity.
All right, 15 tackles Saturday, or we can't do this next week. We all right with that?
Okay. I got y'all. I got you.
All right, Henry.
Yeah, we got.
All right.
Hey, what's the most you've ever had in a game, even going back to like high school?
Going back to high school, I think my most in high school was like 22, 23. Yeah.
That's pretty active.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good day, too. I know it's probably a lot to ask, but that'd be a good day,
Yeah.
too. Henry, thank you very much for the time. Good luck against Ole Miss, and we'll see you again next Friday.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Take care. Henry To'oTo'o with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline, presented by Bud Light, who reminds you to decide to ride. Before you ever take that first drink, have a plan in place. That's how Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light remind you to decide to ride.